Hi. Reading is a part of our everyday lives. We constantly read throughout the day. In an article titled "Reading for Pleasure Boosts Pupils' Results in Math" by The Telegraph, shows that studies have proved that parents who read bedtime stories to their children turn out with better advantages as opposed to children that do not get read to. I believe I am qualified to speak about this topic because I have been an avid reader myself since I was a child. The purpose of my speech is to persuade my audience that reading for pleasure is very beneficial. Reading for pleasure is very beneficial because you can do it anywhere. It promotes relaxation and it boosts your intelligence. Reading for pleasure is very beneficial because you can do it anywhere. There's no restrictions. You can do it on a plane, you can do it on a bus, you can do it at your house, in the bathtub, anywhere you go, you can pretty much read as long as you can see. In an article titled "Reading for Pleasure" by BBC News, states, "Reading for pleasure is no longer restricted to the printed word, but increasingly includes online reading, whether a website or via an e-reader such as the Kindle. If you do it in that way, the light really isn't a factor, because you have your light on your Kindle to read." The library is the main source of our children reading. They go to the library to get books. The librarians encourage the main factor stuff. In the article titled "What Research Says on Reading for Pleasure" by the Department of Education, a good school library service can have a significant impact on pupils' literacy. My point. Not only is being able to read anywhere a benefit of reading for pleasure, but it also promotes relaxation. There's nothing better than coming home from a stressful day of work or school or whatever you might happen to be doing, to come home to crawl up in your bed or on your couch with the book of your choice. It takes you to another place, you relieve your stress. It's very relaxing. As reading for pleasure increases your relaxation, it also decreases your stress. It's a natural, healthy way to decrease your stress as opposed to anti-stress pills and all that. This is a very natural, healthy way, as I stated. When you're relaxed, you are able to think more clearly, which in turn will help you in all aspects of your life. Like when your children are fighting, you'll be more calm and cool to deal with it, or you've got a really hard task coming up, you won't be as stressed, so you'll be able to calmly collect yourself and study like you need to. Okay, along with being able to read anywhere and promoting stress, I believe the greatest benefit would be to boost your intelligence. Now, in an article titled "Reading for Pleasure Boosts Pupils' Results in Math" by The Telegraph, says, "The study of academics at the Institute of Education, part of the University of London, found that reading had the strongest effect on vocabulary development, but the impact on math and spelling were still very significant." Another positive of reading for pleasure is that it helps you have an imagination and creativeness. Because when you're reading your book, you know, as you're reading your story, your brain starts to churn, and you're like, ooh, so you make pictures in your head, you imagine what it'll be like, you create the theme of the book, and it's just really nice. So, in an article titled "Reading for Fun Improves Children's Brains, Studies Confirmed" by The Guardian, it says, "Reading for pleasure helps with many different aspects. Along with teaching them new vocabulary, it helps them understand and absorb new information and concepts at school, which entails math, because math just isn't simple numbers as it used to be. You know, they've got all the letters, the word problems, all this stuff bundled up into one. Well, with reading, it allows children to use their brain, different parts of their brain, which allows them to be able to absorb new information and concepts. It helps them a lot. So, the purpose of my speech is to persuade my audience that reading for pleasure is very beneficial. Reading for pleasure is very beneficial because you can do it anywhere. It promotes relaxation and it boosts your intelligence. I'm qualified to speak about this because even as a child, I was a very avid reader. Whenever I could, I had my nose in a book. And most of us have children these days. And by us just taking a simple 15-20 minutes out of our night to read a book to our child gives them a much greater advantage than the parents who don't take the time to read books to their children at night. And along with it boosting their intelligence and helping their brain to churn, you also get a little quality time with your kids. So, in an article titled, Read for Pleasure to Significantly Boost Your Intelligence by Wondergressive, research has shown that we are in control of our cognitive development. Now, in the same way that we can exact on our genetic dispositions through epigenetic markers. That's a nice little tidbit of information to know, that if you read as a child and you continue to read throughout your life, you determine how much you learn and how smart you're going to be. No one can tell you that. It's all up to you. Thank you.